Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into something pretty fascinating, the silent architect that's working behind the scenes in all of our lives. It's this hidden engine, quietly building our reality piece by piece. So let's take a look at the blueprint.
Really think about that for a second. You see it all the time, right? One person just seems to soar, attracting success like a magnet. Meanwhile, the other person, with the same skills, the same chances, they're just stuck. It feels like they're running in place. It's not about luck, and it's not always about who works harder. There's something else going on, a hidden variable.
And there it is. That's the architect. It's working 24/7, tirelessly taking instructions and building the entire structure of your life. And it's using a blueprint you might not even realize you're handing it. And here's the kicker. If we want to change the building, we have to understand how the architect thinks. Okay, so let's pop the hood and see how this thing actually works. How does this silent, powerful part of our mind really function? What are the rules of the game? I want you to pay close attention to that phrase, a loyal servant. Your subconscious isn't your enemy, but it's not exactly your friend either. It's completely neutral. It just takes whatever blueprint you give it, a thought, a belief, an idea, and it gets to work, no questions asked. It doesn't care one bit if the blueprint is for a mansion or a shack. It just builds. So, how do we give it those blueprints? Well, it turns out the subconscious only really speaks two languages. The first is repetition. Simple, right? The more you think a thought, the deeper that groove gets in your mind. But the second language, that's the accelerator, emotion. A thought that's supercharged with a powerful feeling like excitement or fear, well, that skips the line. It goes straight to the architect's desk marked urgent. And this quote from Bob Proctor just nails it. He learned this lesson the hard way, scrubbing floors, totally broke. It wasn't until he started hammering the ideas from the book Think and Grow Rich into his head, day after day, that things changed. He didn't just read it, he lived it. He repeated it until the idea of abundance literally overwrote his old programming. And the thing is, we're all doing this every single day with the news we watch, the people we talk to, and especially that little voice inside our heads. This brings us to a really critical idea from Napoleon Hill. Your subconscious has two masters it will obey without hesitation, faith and fear. It's like standing at a fork in the road. One path is a deep-seated belief you'll succeed. The other is a nagging belief you'll fail. Both are commands. Your subconscious has zero preference. It just executes the order from whichever feeling is stronger. I absolutely love this metaphor from Joseph Murphy because it's just so perfect. Picture your mind as this incredibly rich, fertile ground. Every single thought, every worry, every daydream is a seed you're planting. You just can't plant seeds of worry about bills all day long and then get frustrated when you don't have a garden full of roses. The soil is just doing its job. It grows whatever you give it. Okay, so that's the theory. If we've been accidentally planting poison ivy for years, how do we consciously start planting roses? This is where we get practical. Let's look at the tools you need to draw a brand new blueprint. This is Napoleon Hill's #1 tool. And let's be clear, autosuggestion is not just wishful thinking or chanting words in the mirror. It's a deliberate, disciplined process. You're feeding your mind a new idea over and over, but, and this is everything, you have to back it up with the feeling of that idea already being true. It's about consciously choosing the seeds you want to grow. And that leads us perfectly into Neville Goddard, who basically said, let's cut to the chase. Forget everything else. He argued it's not the words, not even the pictures in your mind that do the heavy lifting. It's the feeling. Feeling is the language of creation. You can repeat affirmations until you're blue in the face, but if you don't feel wealthy, you're essentially speaking a language your subconscious doesn't understand. This is Goddard's famous living in the end technique. And it's because the subconscious only operates in the now. It doesn't get, I want to be rich, or one day I'll be successful. It only understands, I am rich, I am successful. You have to generate the feeling of your wish already being a done deal, right here, right now. Okay, but what if you're trying all of this and it's just not working? Well, Carl Jung gives us a massive piece of the puzzle. He talked about the shadow, all the beliefs we have that we're not even aware of. So you might consciously be trying to attract wealth, but if deep down you unconsciously believe that money is the root of all evil or that rich people are bad, that hidden belief will sabotage you every single time. You'll call it bad luck or fate, but Jung would say, nope, that's just your shadow running the show. So when you put it all together, you see something amazing. These aren't 5 competing ideas. They're 5 different ways of saying the exact same thing. Proctor gives us the power of repetition.
Hale gives us the technique of autosuggestion. Murphy tells us emotion is the key. Jung warns us about our hidden beliefs, and Goddard says imagination is the whole creative act. They're all describing the same fundamental law of the universe. Your inner world of thought and feeling creates your outer world of experience. Period.
All right, now we get to what might be the most challenging, but also the most important part of this whole idea. This is the truth that once you really get it, you can't unsee it.
So here's the trap we all fall into. We look in the mirror of our life, we look at our bank account, our job, our relationships, and we react to what's there. We see debt, so we feel scared. We see a problem, so we feel anxious. But that's completely backward. The reflection is just an echo of your past thinking and feeling. You don't change a reflection by yelling at the mirror. You have to change the person standing in front of it.
So how do we actually do that? Where do you even start? Well, here's a really clear, actionable plan. It all starts with awareness, just noticing your automatic thoughts without judging them. Then you make a conscious decision about the new beliefs you want to install. You use repetition and visualization to drive them in, and you supercharge the whole process with gratitude. And finally, and this is key, you have to take action when you get those intuitive nudges. Your subconscious will give you ideas. Your job is to act on them.
We're going to end with this really powerful, kind of mind-bending idea from Neville Goddard. It perfectly wraps up everything we've talked about. The people you meet, the situations you find yourself in, the good and the bad. It's all just a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So the ultimate question this leaves us with isn't how can I change my world? It's who do I need to become?